I think first and foremost you got to give Western Illinois a lot of credit. They came in and I thought played very well. We first half I thought we played pretty well, excluding the turnovers. I mean, if we got a shot on the rim, we made it. We just turned the ball over way too many times, and they had way too many offensive rebounds on their end in the first half. That kind of set the tone for the whole game. And from there, you got to give credit to Jack Hout going 7 for 9 from 3. Is an impressive night for him.
Just, did you have any idea that guy that could shoot it that well?
Well, I mean, he is a catch and shoot guy. But when you're playing Western Illinois, you've got to decide kind of how you're going to guard all their ball screens. And we got caught staying too long on the basketball, which meant our guy that supporting the goal stayed too long, and then they drive and kick it, and he gets a couple early ones that just get him going. Yeah. And once you guys all know how it is. Once you get going, the game can be really fun, and it was for him tonight.
Is he as I guess effective if Parks doesn't establish himself inside right away?
I don't know that not to be argumentative, but I don't think that wasn't the play where I think he got most. I think he got most of his threes off of the ball screen, where we stayed a little long with the ball handler, and when their post or their ball screener rolled, it sucked our help in, and we got stuck trying to decide, okay, do I cover the goal or do I go out and cover Hout? And obviously your instinct is to cover the goal. And so we were late closing out on him, and he made him. I mean, he made him, which is a credit to him.
You guys obviously shorthanded without Trey tonight, but talk about some guys who stepped up or was on the bench tonight.
I thought Frank was really efficient again. He's continuing to get better and better, handling the different defenses that are being thrown at him. So I thought he really stepped up and did a good job. Overall, Mario's continuing to get better. So as a group, we've just got to collectively do a better job on the glass, and we've got to do a better job of taking care of the ball as we move forward.
What was missing with Trey? What that affected this game today?
Well, with Trey, you have a very effective low post scorer who is a major threat when he's on the floor, and he also is a leader of our team. So our guys look to him in situations where we really need to get a basket. Trey's the guy that's gotten the ball. A lot of time Frank obviously is that guy as well. So we lost one of our two top scoring threats, and then Trey's done a much better job this year of rebounding out of his area. And so on the Western Illinois' offensive end, they were able to take advantage of our lack of size, and really they did a good job on the offensive glass. I think Trey would have helped us in that area as well.
Did I count a lower back thing, or what happened with him?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Jazz, was it just a case of? Well, I know you started off by saying credit goes to Western, but was it a case of them just playing really well and maybe nothing that you guys didn't do?
It is hard when you look at the box score and some things. I do think there are a number of areas that we could pick out where we need to improve. But at the end of the day, I wasn't just giving coach a pick. I think Jim's done a really good job with his team. They're playing really well. They've got two beating Oakland. That's a good win. Coming in here, I thought we were playing pretty well, and they beat us. But I do think there are areas where we can improve upon that we didn't handle real well tonight. But I agree with you, Steve, that Western Illinois, they came in here and played well.
You said last week this is probably the biggest week of the season for you guys. You guys end the week 2-1. Just a quick overview of how you guys performed this week in general.
2 games we played pretty well. Tonight we did not have that same defensive urgency and mentality that got us the 2 wins on, I guess, Tuesday and Thursday. So from a defensive urgency and an execution standpoint, we took a step back tonight. But you say that, and if Hout shoots 40%, it's a whole different game. Do you know what I mean? So on one hand, you got to give him credit. I do think we've got to do a better job working on some ball screen defense and things of that nature moving forward. But overall, the week was positive. It's too bad that we got to wait a week to play again. But it does give us some time to work on some of these areas in practice.
Frank, I think the consensus of Tony is that that team played pretty well.
Yeah, they did.
And you just kind of just talk about what they did and what they did well. And I know that you got 30 on them, but nobody else seemed to do too much. Just
I think they did a good job of running their plays and executing their game plan, as far as post doubling and stuff like that, and making us work for stops, and if we got to stop.
yeah. I guess as a competitor, how tough is it just to say we just got beat today? I mean, is that a tough pill to swallow to have to say that?
Yeah, it's never fun to accept defeat, but we just got to move on from this and get better and look to get Oakland on Saturday.
But I guess what I'm saying is that maybe to admit that another team might have just been really just better today.
Yeah, they had a good night, especially Hout scoring. I don't know how much points he had. I think he might have had 18, 21. Yeah, it was a big night.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll play like that again against us, but
Yeah. How much was discussed about him in the film session and scouting on this? How much was talked about this guy?
I wouldn't say he was a focal point, but we knew he was a catch and shoot guy, pick and pop. But we have an idea that he was going to do this.
Right. Frank, with you and Trey kind of being a 1-2 punch, with him on the bench now, do you kind of have to maybe put this team on your shoulders now a little more than you had to in the past?
Yeah, definitely, because you can tell that we really missed Trey out there tonight. I know I did, because he opens a lot of stuff up for me, as well as I do for him or whatever. So we definitely miss him.